And we're back. I got an early morning tomorrow, so this is gonna be a short stream. I got melon soda though. Milkus. I think that's what it's called. I got my Milkies. See, it says Milkies. Milkies. We're gonna play some Xenoblade today because it's a nice chill game that doesn't take a ton of time for me to like. I don't have to like devote a ton of time. We can just roll through the game a bit and call it a day. What the hell? There we go. That does not have. I think its desktop share has the. I do like that. I love picking peasants, rub my feet while I eat cake and promise.
I love making peasants rub my feet while I eat cake and promise them some but then body slam them after they ask if they can eat.
What? Oh, hang on. Everyone's being so freaking loud. So we're just gonna put the silencer on. Here we go. I got my Milkies. See? It says Milkies. It's still loading. Give it a sec. Hold on. I need to fix something. I need to go into settings. Need to turn off the FPS thing. Bear with me here for a sec. In game, I had that on for.
I will be back.
Okay. I'm debating on. Oop, wrong thing. That's the game frame. So, do you like this for the game and then having like the scrolling one just for desktop share? I don't think I can make. I'm pretty sure this one isn't mirrored. This one actually, it's the same one, isn't it? Hold on. Okay, there's 3 mountains. No, that's slightly different. Would you like? Should I do the scrolling one here? Let me see. Double check, because that's got like the. Yeah, that is slightly different. I think I'll keep it like this. I don't want to like overload the stream, and it's kind of neat. It's like a little. I love that. I should play some like Sega Blue Sky games, like some Daytona. Dude is a polytoad. Hop. I do love that. That is really cool. I'm glad you did that. I should add the Daytona song to Plexamp, actually. Hold on a sec. Daytona USA song. Oh my god, they're so freaking loud! Attract theme? Hold on, I have to... Let me switch to desktop share so you guys can see this. We're gonna snooze this real quick because we're. I'm gonna do Daytona. Fuck. Hear this. There was a Daytona. There was a meme though that was like it was somebody quoted I think in the YouTube comments. Loudest arcade speakers ever built. You could hear it from space. I feel like there's definitely a meme with this. Think about how many arcades you visited and did not hear this playing in the background. In September of 1998, I was stuck at a Greyhound bus station for 8 hours, and this theme was inescapably playing on loop at max volume in the waiting area. To this day, the song conjures an emotional strain in my soul. Reminds me that while there were far better times ahead in life, there were moments I do not wish to live again. Time extension, great. Used to be in every arcade. This used to be in every arcade amusement park in England. What Sega probably didn't realize is that they somehow managed to stumble upon one thing that could cut straight through the clatter of all the other arcade machines at the time. Everything that Daytona cut through everything. It's a shame. It's a shame that I know there are still a few arcades. I'm sure there's some around me. Retro arcades near me. Honestly, if I ever had the money. I don't want to say if I had the money, because honestly, I wouldn't. Game on. What is this? Here's one in. This is right, dude. There's actually quite a few around me. I'm not gonna show you guys this because this is. First hour is 8:50. Additional time will be rounded in 15-minute increments. Touch. Oh man. Time. When you're not around. We're gonna wait for the ad to roll, I think. They're only open till like. What the fuck? Okay, the first one opens. Games are socially distanced. That's not what I want. I want to pack in as many arcades as possible. It's the 80s. COVID doesn't exist. What are their hours? Wednesday. They're all. What the fuck is this? Okay, I can't show you guys this because it'll severely dox me. But this arcade I found that's probably the closest one listed to me is only open from. They're not opened on Monday. They're not open on Tuesday. They're okay. I get you need days off, and those are probably better than the weekends. They're open from 2 to 8 p.m. only. 2 to 8 p.m. For reference, there's a place in Philly that does like gaming PCs, right? Really cool. If you're in the Philadelphia city, it's in Chinatown, literally right next to the firehouse there, on 10th Street. It's a little alley there, between 9th and 10th, behind the Verizon building. It's called Taps. I keep calling it Taps, but I think it's called Tap Esports. Yeah, it's great. It's go there. The owner's awesome. I talk with him frequently. He's an awesome guy. I do want to stream from there sometime, but I need to bring a webcam. So this place only opens from 2 to 8. On the weekends they open at 12, but they still close at 8. What the fuck? And Taps is open till like from like noon to midnight. And I think in the weekend they open till like 2 a.m. It's fucking insane. How can you run an arcade that closes at 8 p.m.? Everyone else, the other one I found opens at 9 a.m. at least, but closes at 8. This one's all the way in PA, but they have the best hours. They at least don't close. They're open now, but they close at 10 p.m. now. So they run from 12 to 10. 12. They only work. They're only open 3 days a week though. What the fuck? Why are arcades open at such ass hours? Was begging I had to play. It wasn't my favorite racing game. It really isn't. I've played it. I have it on my ROM setup, and it's just not fun. But it's just so exciting you have to play it. The other one I love is the what the hell's this? Hold on. Installing Steam OS on a controller. What? The other one I wanted to look up was I only have room for like one more Dreamcast game. Actually, G.I. Joe PSA Game Over. Yeah, it's this one. I have these run on the CN Classic. Oh yeah, they're gonna be an ass kind of because they're just old as shit.
Oh yeah, he looks
Dude crashes.
Game over, girl!
Game over, yeah. It's from Sega Rally 1995 or whatever. Every time you'd end, and you can get this on the Dreamcast too. But every time you would like lose, it would go.
Game over, yeah!
I fucking love that. So Sega Rally Championship, that's what it was. So like, the only Dreamcast game I've like. So I have Grandia 2 for the. I actually own a Dreamcast. It's funny. I would never thought I'd own one. I always wanted to own one, and now I never play it. I only got Grandia 2, and it's on the side TV. And like the side TV is one of those things that like. So I've got two TVs in my living room because I have way too many consoles. And my mother's work was getting rid of a TV a while back, so and I had this like long cabinet that had nothing really on top of it, and I was like, fuck, I can use this as a second TV for the extra overflow of consoles. So I have my PS3, my PS4, because it's got two HDMI and a component and an RCA, like your standard composite, the 3-color and then the 5. Actually, I think it's component, but it's composite component, so it's like one of those ones where it can do either or. So I have my Dreamcast hooked up to the RCA jacks, and then my PS3 and PS4 on the other one. It's not ideal, but it works. And I probably play the PS3 and PS4 a lot more than the Dreamcast. Because the only game I have to play is Grandia 2, and it's a great game, but it's like, I don't feel like playing it. I find it hard to find the time to actually play like a lengthier game like that. So we just kind of whatchamacallit. I just kind of play but I'm at this Daytona USA for Dreamcast, because I've found a new way to kind of line things up where I can maybe get like one more game. So the problem is, so I've got like it in a drawer. That's where my PS1 and Dreamcast games go, and there was one for the Dreamcast. I may do that. Oh, okay. It's different in total. I don't know, but my plan is to do Sega Rally Racing. I mean, as much as I'd like to get, I'm sorry. I know this is a bit of a. I probably would end up just getting more PS1 games because I've been really trying to get. I should get more Dreamcast. I have a ton of PS1 games, but like I'm limited on space right now, so whatever fits in that drawer is what I get for both of them. The other thing I wanted was Tokyo Extreme Racer, but like I really don't want that. Like it's cool. Like I really only want to run racing game for the Dreamcast when I can only have like 2 or 3 of them there. But I added an extra space for Lunar, and because Lunar has some extra space, I kind of want to do another game, but I don't know what it's gonna be because like I probably will end up just putting the Dreamcast games next to Lunar because Lunar kind of stands out because it's in this big cardboard case. So yeah, so maybe at the end of this stream we'll play some Daytona USA just because it's so freaking wild. So we're at the Capitol now here. Daytona, let's go away, let's go away. Daytona. Daytona. Wrong button. Wrong button. That's why. See, it's got the switch, the like dual Joy-Con where it's not a D-pad. See, on this controller, it's a D-pad. So I keep thinking that's the buttons for some reason. Probably stupid. I am glad. I also found out, well, I don't have a controller slot for my Joy-Cons for my Switch. So, oh shoot, I gotta be careful how I place this. Oh, stop that. Yo, hey, cease that. There we go. So, I don't have the controller solder. I got this thing secondhand. And I'm glad I... You know, the auto run feature is supposed to make life easier. Well, I show you guys this. I'm glad I got this. I think currently, how much battery do I have? I might have to throw in a charger. I got Pokemon Legends Arceus in here. There we go. Throw that on the charger for... You are really testing my patience. I don't have this game, unfortunately, for Switch yet, and I probably won't for a while because I have a bunch of other... I want to get Animal Crossing on the actual Switch, because as much as I enjoy my little Animal Crossing village, I built it perfectly on here. I can't visit anybody's world, and that stinks. Actually, let me look it up. Yuzu, visiting animal. I'd like to be able to. Sorry, I know this is not exactly what you guys wanted to see, but this is from 3 years ago. Holy shit. I know you can do, like, I can use my Switch's information to, this is 2 months ago, 2 years ago, Jesus. Local multiplayer. You can create a lobby, share your public IP with your friend, and have him connect. So you can? Damn. Dude's like, Google it. And everyone's like, you asshole. I did. I know you can, I think last I checked, Yuzu has an input point where you can be like, hey, so this is my Switch, and I'd like to, ooh, shit. That's not what I want. Let me lock that. Whoa, why is this thing so freaking massive? Sorry. Yeah, why is the bit rate? Okay, I am running 6 kilobits. I don't think I need that much. My problem was I was playing Stalker and it looked like ass. In fact, I'm sorry. I hate to do this. I need to go back to my Twitch video and I need to see how my last stream for Stalker, because that was after my first one. It came out like ass. So I upped the bitrate just to fix that. I don't think I did it. No, I didn't stream another Stalker game. But like, if you look at my Stalker videos, they all look like ass. And I fixed it. And I was watching my Yeah. See, hold up. We're gonna full screen this, and I'm gonna go to desktop share so you guys can see this. So you guys can see this. There you go. So like, notice this looks like ass, and we'll probably do a quick test stream of Stalker.
Fuck, Misha! Wait for me!
Which one was this? This was a great idea. Oh yeah, yeah. See how staticky it is? I think I changed. I actually had that issue where it was it looked like ass, even when I played it, and I realized I just didn't see it. And I think the issue is I had to turn on DLSS to DLAA. I don't know, man. I just know DLSS is used. It's like AI upscaling, but the setting you want under DLSS is in quality or performance. It's DLAA, and that smoothens everything out. And it's because they use I think it's variable refresh rate. It's something that it's a setting that used to be. I think it is variable refresh rate. Let me look it up. But VRR, which I'm pretty sure is variable refresh rate. Stalker 2, lots of noise. Yeah, there's like noise. You see the static and how it blurs itself. And it looks like this is due to variable rate shading, VRS, not VRR. Variable rate so here's the we'll go back to this. I can show you guys the Reddit thread so you can see I'm not just like making this shit up as I go. So here this guy says it looks like this is due to variable rate shading. It is used to increase performance in a lot of modern games, but it used to be a toggleable option. Now a lot of games just don't run without this technique. So they're using it as a crutch because the devs can. You're seeing the graininess because it isn't loading the shaders for the entire image at one time. Upscalers make it look better because using AI to guesstimate. And I even responded, not there. But I upvoted this because I'd rather hate this has become the norm. Upscalers look so blurry. To me, it's not that they don't look bad, but like to me it's cheating. Which, okay, if your computer can't handle it, sure, it's a great way to bridge a gap. It's a great way to bridge a gap. If your computers are quite up to it, it can allow you to lower the rate, but then you can use that to, I went the wrong way. You can then upscale it using AI to get a better image without having to actually draw that image. It's a good thing for mid-range computers to get better performance. As someone with a 2080 Super, granted, nowadays it's getting closer and closer to mid-range. Maybe I'm wrong. Where the fuck am I going? I guess they're over here? Go up. So, very weird. But it's one of those things where it's like, if you have a high-end computer, or I'm happy with a lower graphics, I shouldn't have to turn that on. But if you don't turn that on, you get that staticky ass thing, and I think that's developers using a crutch. Where the fuck do I go? Hopefully this will take me there. And I'm really disappointed that developers have decided that that's an acceptable practice. And I think it comes down to, I understand developers are under crunch, and that's probably why they use these shortcuts, but then they never get fixed. So it's like, okay, congratulations, you're on a, you've got the game out, you've hit the deadline. Now go back and fix it, but they never do. And to me, it's a lazy practice. And I think that's a horrible trend. I slayed it all day. That's just a horrible trend in game design that needs to stop. We need to not accept games that have shortcuts or are busted at release and then are never fit, especially when they're never fixed. You know, I mean, I understand crunch, and I'm willing to be somewhat sympathetic to devs, but I don't think that's an excuse, and I think I mean, I don't know. I don't believe in losing my wallet, because I'm terrible at it. I'll buy whatever game I want, and that's the end of it. If it's shitty at release, I probably won't return it. I'll probably just dash it, and maybe one day go back to it. That's just the kind of person I am. I'm weird. But to me, it's not acceptable. It just needs to stop. I don't think that that's an excuse. I don't think that that's an excuse. Well, gamers are paying for it, so it's clearly not that big of an issue. Yes, it is. I don't care if I'm paying for it. I still don't want it. I begrudgingly accept it because you've given me no option to play a game that I want to play. And I think holding people hostage by saying, yeah, I shouldn't say holding people hostage, but to say, tell people, well, you bought it, so just shut up. No, that's not acceptable. It's really simple. Just fucking stop pushing games that need to be out. Just further back the release cycle. You don't have to hype it up. There's probably not going to be a bunch of games for a while, but eventually we'll have more games, and they'll come out on schedule because you timed them. And if a game takes time to come out, so be it. I don't care. What I do care is when a game isn't done at release or isn't staticky. And you know, it's all these cool technologies like more space, because that's the other thing that pisses me off. Where devs are constantly saying, well, you need an SSD for this game. And the games truly won't run. It's not like they're lying. The games won't run without an SSD. And it's like, why do I need an SSD for some of these games? And it's like, frankly, I'll do that one, I guess.
Okay, my turn.
There we go.
How do you like that?
So I'm getting used to this stuff. But to me, it's not. To me, we've had people talk about SSDs like you can't have a hard drive anymore. I'm gonna tell you right now, I have like 24 terabytes just in this computer, and of that, I think I got a 2 terabyte SSD, 1 terabyte SSD, one being NVMe. That's 4 terabytes of SSD. There's not a lot in the grand scheme of things compared to the other 20, because hard drives are so much cheaper. And I think telling people that, well, and I'm running out of SSD space because all these games require SSDs now. And yet they don't use direct storage. So like, my oldest use SX storage is NVMe. It's like, I don't want to.
But we mustn't be kept. Man, what a bunch of jokers.
Take all.
Cool.
But like, I wish people would stop requiring SSDs. If your game is like, and it's not the worst, but it's like, I'm tired of seeing SSD as a requirement in some of these big games. Because the fact is, it should just be an enhancement. It should make loading quicker. It shouldn't be, it's becoming a requirement now. And I'm sick of it. And it's the same thing, you know, I don't think devs physically would know how to make an N64 quality game on 64 kilobytes. And I'm not saying they have to, but I think it's a good hyperbolic example of the problem of game developers today. It's not just that they're lazy, but I think on some level we undersell how much at fault they are. And I'll be honest, I've never made a game, so I'm by no means the end-all be-all of, well, I know how it takes to make a game, and you're just lazy. So I'm sure it's a little more than this, but I'll tell you what my experience is. It's not just, it's a lot of top-down pressure, but to remind you, there is no game without the people actually making the game, and I think game devs need to start putting in more effort to say, no, the game isn't ready yet. I mean, fuck, we got game dev unions, isn't that what they're supposed to do? And, they're more than willing to be like, game devs used to use tricks to make things work. Banjo-Kazooie had like one sound that was used so many times that they pitch it up and down for different scenarios. That was ingenuity, and I don't think game devs would realize that. And it's like, another great example. Battlefield 5 has an issue. The game lags if you use OneDrive. The reason it lags when you use OneDrive is because the game puts shader files into the documents folder. Graphical shader files that are constantly being updated as you play. They're not one and done. So the whole time you're playing, it's writing to these files. The whole time you are writing to these files, OneDrive is trying to back up these changes. Constantly. And it eats away at your computer's resources. And it makes the game stutter and lag because network and all that. And it took me forever to figure this out. For reference, do you want to know when I figured it out? Like a year or two into 2042's release, Battlefield 2042's. So like 5 or 6 years after it became a problem in Battlefield 5. And it still exists in Battlefield 5 too. So the devs didn't... Now, Microsoft has made it clear since Windows 98, I believe it was. Microsoft has said... game files in documents. They said something, yeah, and to be fair, Microsoft is equally a part of this, because Microsoft does not, OneDrive sucks for backup. The only thing that makes it good is the fact that it's what's on the computer, and I do like that, and I like how cheap it is. Why the fuck can I exclude specific folders? I can only back up all the documents folder or back up none of it. That's your only option. I can't exclude a folder. Now you can exclude by file type. That's how I fixed it. Because I'm not stopping OneDrive syncing every time I want to play a fucking game. That's stupid. That's annoying. Yeah. This is a problem. This is a problem. I'll say again, this is a problem. This is a problem that should not exist. It is a problem that Microsoft refuses to address, and is a problem that DICE refuses to address. Not EA. This is not an EA problem. This is DICE. Battlefield 4 should not be saving game files, especially not shader cache, in my documents. This is something that has been a standard. Microsoft has said, do not put your game files in my documents. Documents folder is for documents, not for game files. This has been on the books, on the records from Microsoft since Windows 98. 1998, they told people, don't do this. Didn't have the problem in Battlefield, in any other Battlefield game. 1942, Battlefield 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Hardline, Battlefield 1, any other Battlefield game, you can think of 2142. None of those games had this issue. The issue started after Battlefield 1, when DICE basically lost all their old devs that they had left, and all new college grads that were nice and cheap. And the college grads may know how to code, but they don't have the life experience. The experience that says, hey, Microsoft won't fix this, so I shouldn't dump files there that are going to constantly update to OneDrive. Save files are one thing. It's annoying, but it's not a problem. Cache files, graphical cache files, are a problem. And frankly, it's filling up my OneDrive. I like 400... This is bit... Why the fuck are people deleting it? This is stupid. No, they're not. They're listed all over the fucking place. As someone who has way too many games, this is a serious problem. There's a program data folder. There's app data folder. There's 2 separate folders that are better suited than my documents. They can put it in the install directories. That's 3 options you have that are substantially better than the My Documents. Yes, app data, program data. Program data. All these folders exist. And the game becomes unplayable until I manage to fix it by finding the cache file type. Thank God they all use the same, because you can go by file type, and it's not an easy thing to figure out. It took me months to finally find that solution. Dude. And they did it again and people complained about it in 5, and yet they did it in 2042. Put it in the user folder above document, the one that next to documents. So my documents, my videos, my pictures, my music, my games. Put it in there. Just don't put it in my documents. Why are you doing that? This is it's something that Microsoft refuses to address for years. And you know what it comes down to? Devs are this is not a problem that comes from the higher ups, because this isn't a crunch issue. This isn't an issue of what is this bitrate? Is it like, is that too high? Why would that be too high? It runs fine. Looks great. Look, I can see my head turn in real time. Watch. Ready? So that's great. Anyway, this is not a top-down problem from like the publisher saying, well, we need the game done now. Because it was a problem that it was a thing they saw coming, and they said, well, we need to address this. Where are we going to put it? And their answer was, let's put it in the My Documents folder. And they did not think beyond that. Why? Because they're lazy. They don't product test. They don't get the feedback from people saying, stop doing this. And you think if they were gamers, they would recognize this as a problem. People who play games. You think eventually somebody would play a game and be like, huh, I can't play this game I made in my own computer where I back up my documents using OneDrive. I wonder why that is. And eventually come to the same conclusion I have and realize this is a bad practice. And it genuinely pisses me off. It's bad practice. And it's devs being too lazy to change an issue that has been stated. This is something we've known about. It's a known issue. And yet devs don't address it. Because they just... I don't want to say they don't care. I'm sure they do. Most devs do. But, you know, and as a whole, I'm sure they do. But it's like... I'm sure they do care, but it's like there's a certain level of apathy towards, well, let's just get the game out. And it's a problem that I think is pervasive in society. It's not just an issue of developers. It's people don't plan ahead. And then they have these problems. And then the problems just repeat themselves over and over because nobody can, you know, it's kind of like akin to the old, I put my drink in, I'm trying to think of it, not a drink. Like I've seen people put, I put my paper on the center console when I'm driving. I have this paper, yeah, I get like a paper or something, you put it, you know, I have a paper, I put it on the center console. That sound makes me very nervous. And it's like, the paper slides off, and what do? You stop it and slide it back to center console. You don't like think ahead and go, huh, maybe I shouldn't put that paper on the center console because it's gonna slide off again. You know, or great example, I put my phone, yeah, you know, it's thinking ahead so you don't like, so you don't have issues, you know, and it's something that so many people don't do. What is that noise? Makes me very nervous. Holy shit, am I getting a lot of death. Holy shit, there's a lot of people here.
Here we go. Hey, you're out. Yeah. Come back. Steel strike. Timing is everything. Remember that. Nicely done. Gotta focus on guarding the strike. Against the edge. Done back. Nice one. Leave this to me. Hiya. Steel flash. Air flash. Worldly smash. Shadow Eye. Electric Gunbuster. We're under too much pressure here. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Right. Powering up. Make a run for it.
Fuck. Why are there so many freaking enemies here? There we go. Let me save. But so, it's just one of those things where, like, people don't plan ahead, people don't think, and it's not just a lack of caring. It's not a simple issue, but it's something that is really, really easy to avoid by thinking ahead. You know, it kind of goes back to when I was a kid and I first started doing like gardening around the house. And you have a shovel, right? And you put the shovel down, and you're told, don't just put the shovel down where it's face up, right? Because then you step on it and it goes, you know? You see it in the cartoons all the time. So, and yet people still do it. You know, or especially the iron rake. You know, we have an iron rake. And yeah. So you take it and you lay it face down. So okay, you may trip over it, so you make sure you move it out of the way. But at least you're not going to step on the head and get hit in the face or almost get hit in the face. It's a really simple thing to avoid. And yeah, sure, in the grand scheme of things, it ain't that bad to get hit in the face with a rake. But it's an avoidable thing. And it just takes just a little bit of foresight. And it's becoming less and less common. And I can't fathom. What the fuck? Why is it... why are you calling me on here? Stop it. God, shut up. Why the fuck is that even going off? I've got focus mode on. It's dialing through my frickin' phone. God, that's so dumb. It's not like it's that hard to... You know? You know there's going to be an issue, and yet nobody does anything. You know, you're watching, or a great example. You see somebody coming, and you can kind of just see it where, like, oh my god, I'm going to fucking turn this off. you have somebody merging towards you, right? I've seen it where it was one of those idiots driving videos, and the guy's driving on the highway, and off to the right, you can see them coming in from an exit, and they got their turn signal on and everything, and they're gonna merge in. Now, yes, they were in the wrong for like merging into this person and not slowing down or speeding up to make sure to get ahead to get into a spot where there's nobody there. But you're driving, and you can see the person coming to meet you, and you don't slow down or speed up. You make zero effort or there's 2 lanes to your left. Put your turn signal on and move over. Instead, they nearly collided and had to do an evasive maneuver where they half moved out of the lane with no blinker. Fortunately, there's nobody there at the time they did that, but with zero preparation. I'm sure they didn't check their mirrors. And they avoided a collision, but just barely, when they could have been miles away from any collision. And I've had it happen in my own life. I've been driving, and I saw a cyclist coming down the road. Now, it was to a light. I had a green light. The cyclist was coming up on a red light, and there was even a car stopped waiting at the red light. And the cyclist decided they were above the red light and decided to cycle right through. Now, they were closer, but at the rate we were going, we would meet in the middle of this intersection at the exact same time. Them probably just a hair before me. So they would have been T-boned by a pickup on a bike because they chose to run a red light. But me being a forward-thinking, intelligent driver, slowed off. I didn't have to press the brake. I just took my foot off the gas, coasted, let them go through, resumed, and then accelerated back up to the speed I wanted to be at. I got a little pissed, but at the end of the day, nobody died. Why? Because I saw something coming and I reacted to prevent it. And it's such a simple concept, but I see it fail so many times. And it's the same thing that happens with these developers, I believe. That's my theory. It's not that they don't care. It's not that they're stupid necessarily. But they just don't... They just kind of like see it coming. They see the collision coming. And they just let it happen because I don't know. I kind of have been there, like where I kind of feel like you kind of see something coming, you do it anyway, but it's like it's just not. It's just like, well, whatever, you know. I could fix it, but it's just too much work to actually do something about it. You know, I mean, I'm sure we've all been there to some degree, even me. You know, you're doing something. Great example. You're running through Call of Duty, and you keep running to the same spot and dying. But you keep. What does that mean? What does that orange thing mean? I think that means they can. What does that mean? Affinity? What is? Oh, this is something I want to know. I don't know what this means. Oh, you have to hit it right on the circle. Interesting. It's an interesting mechanic. I thought you had to go inside of it.
Everyone, let's go! Leave it to Ryan. I'm not too partial to these.
But so we've all, you know, you're running through Call of Duty or something, and you see the same person, and so you run back to kill them because you kind of want to kill them, but you kind of know it's going to end that way. You know they're ready for you because they're camping. I give up. So you kind of see it coming where they're going to kill you. And sure enough, you get there and you die because they're positioned and you're not, and you keep peeking the same side even though you know you shouldn't. And it's one of those things where it's like, let me save real quick. But you do the same thing over and over. But in the grand scheme of things, that's a game. It's not making a game. It's not a job. It's something you do for fun. So whatever, you know, it's not the most high stakes thing. But when you're working a job, or you're driving, you can't be like that. And yet so many people are. It's like autopilot almost. That's the only thing I can compare it to. And that's the only thing I can think of. It's just like, you know. So I hope by hearing this, somebody has learned to has came away with something a little better, because I do think everyone has the ability to do better, and that's what makes it frustrating. It's not like I'm anything special. We all, I think far too many people get caught up in the idea that they are special. I think we all, yeah, like some people think they're special, and I guess I sometimes do, but like I don't think I'm really that special. I'm not anything. I think the only thing, I don't even think I'm that special. I think I'm just, I've seen enough. I've just learned to. Let me see if I can get some setup here in terms of. Interesting. The FPS dropped. Do that. I'm hoping that'll give us some. But I'm hoping that'll, I'm hoping that inspires some of you to consider this next time you're doing something. And, you know, like I said, I don't think I'm special. I just think I've happened to notice pattern. I think it's pattern recognition, and that's what allows me to excel with stuff, random stuff like this. Come down.
We can't lose!
I don't want anyone dying out there.
Let me at him. I'm turning up the heat.
There we go. So maybe you guys can take away something from my point. That's what I heard. So I like to see. I like. You know, I think my ability to notice stuff like this is giving me a leg up on the rest of the world. But like, on one level, I'm happy with taking any advantage I can get. But like, there's always other ways to succeed.
Let's keep on going like this, guys.
It's a lot less frustrating when you're surrounded by people that are capable and able to recognize these things, and you can all work in synchronicity instead of just being the one smart guy and a bunch of idiots, for lack of a better way to put it. I don't think it's that. I think it's just, again, pattern recognition. I don't think I'm necessarily smarter than anyone else. I've just noticed these patterns and worked to correct them. That's the right phrase. It's kind of hard because it depends on the pattern, but you know, like you're driving down the road and I'm gonna move in and I'm in the left lane and someone's driving slow and I decide I want to go a little faster, so I move into the right lane, which is clear. But you know that not only you are thinking this, other people are too. And sure enough, you wait just a second longer and you see someone buzz by you. So that second you took to check your mirrors saved your life, you know? And it's pattern recognition, you know? That's what helps me, and everyone's got their own way of doing it. You know, some people aren't as good with pattern recognition, but they've ingrained it into themselves to check their mirrors every time they turn. And then some people just don't, and those people end up in accidents like that. But hopefully,
Yes.
you know, when you have a bunch of people that work synergistically like that, all notice that is going to happen, so nobody has an accident. Because if somebody else has an accident there, even though I didn't, they could throw into my vehicle, and then you have an accident anyway. And that can be kind of difficult to avoid when you're in a 3-lane highway and you're between the accident and the barrier. So the world is better when we work synergistically, rather than taking advantage of, rather than being the one person that notices these things. That's just one example. So crystals never came back. Crystal Depot from buying the lighthouse. Alright, let's see. You have to go back? I'm a little confused. Well, let me hit the restroom real quick. I'll take a second. And then I think I'm going to go see if... I wanted to play Daytona USA, but I also wanted to see if Stalker works. Give me like 5 minutes. Futurama is on. It's the iPhone episode. Alright, so we're going to close this now. Make sure I save. How do I shut this off? What the fuck? I don't know why I did that. Real quick. Check Stalker real quick. Low battery. Give it a sec. It's compiling shaders. Waiting for the shaders. It's only it sucks. Every time you boot this up, it compiles shaders. Look at that. think that looks a lot better. I do need to go to Budma. I was kind of hoping to get the, up on Wild Island. Why is it telling me to go here? Oh, it's a big score. No, I don't want big score. I want Budmo. That's a lesser zone, that's why. Wild Island's the south? Oh, it is, yeah. How about that? Budmo. That's not it. Go do Budmo so I actually get. I take it the tracker. I feel bad killing him. Dude's like just trying to get better, but. Laggy though. That's just the game. I don't think that has anything to do with. If I hide the player, that'll help. Just being interior wise, it just causes issues. Yeah, being inside for some reason. You'd think it'd be outside, but no, it's inside. Inside does not like this game. Oh boy. This is not you. This is me too. That's why I'm running like ass. Oh my fucking god, why does this thing run like ass?
I just washed my pants yesterday, and now they're all dirty again.
Running so ass. Maybe if I... What the fuck, man? The game is just impossible to stream right now. Yeah, no shit, it's unstable. Not even